Let me just check that we are, because that's always a bonus. It is restream. So, oh yeah, Conversion Killer Live Audit up on the screen on X, which means we are everywhere. Hello, I'm Erin Trethowan. I am from soloboardroom.com, and I'm bringing you Conversion Killer. This is one of our live demos that where I take someone's landing page and I rework it. I do it live. Well, I've kind of done it already because live would take a long time. But I do it in Replit, and I showcase what the landing page could look like. Yesterday, we launched conversionkiller.app. So you can go in and drop your URL in. Lost connection. Oh no, we're back. We're back. Said we lost connection. We had this last time. Anyway, let's quickly jump into that so we can have a quick combo. I want to make sure. So, just so you know, this is the queue. If you want to get in the queue, you can. To do that, you can drop your URL below and I will add you into the queue. The queue is here to use. So you can go down the bottom of the queue. So if you just go to the app, and you can jump the queue, so you can get in the queue. See that we've already got a few queued in to have their landing page roasted, and then you can also jump the queue, which means that you can pay me to do it privately, or you can jump the queue and you end up, when you jump the queue, I give you everything that I come up with. So I give you the transfer of the canvas, I give you the prompts, I give you the whole kit and caboodle. So currently, let me just find my landing page. So, hang on one sec. What have I shared you? Sharing. Oh, I see what I've done there. I see what I've done. I'm like sharing, but I'm sharing like the window, not the. I did this last time. I want to share the window. Okay, our first cab off the rank. We did levelize last time, and which was so fun. And Sean actually implemented what we offered him, what I gave him in the last live, and he basically started getting conversion straight away. He got a paid customer on levelize.com. And so that was really exciting. That prompted us to go even further along with this. So to get into Conversion Killer, before we go there, jump into the app. I'm going to just show you before we jump into begin things. This is our roast page. This is where we start. So you can come to the app, conversionkiller.app, and you basically drop in your URL, and it's going to ask you a few questions. You can watch here. This is the lovely Sean with his sale. We've got the video from the last audit. You can watch in there from the last Conversion Killer, and then you can apply on X or LinkedIn. These will link you to X or LinkedIn. Drop your URL in the comments, and then I add you into the queue. If you don't want to stay in the queue, you can jump the queue, as I said. And there's also an option to buy my product at the end of this for the people who I audit. You can buy the canvas that I build, or you can. Let's go through here. We're going to jump through. Oh, that's CK. So it asks you, is this your landing page? Yes, no. And this is a beginthings.com. Surav, I think, sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. This is his product, and I recorded this a week ago and it all went a bit haywire, so I'm doing it live. So It is an Airbnb operating system, an operating system for Airbnb hosts. It's actually really impressive what it does. I really love it. And so when you go through the conversion killer, we'll do this straight away. It asks you what your offer is. This is a SaaS product, a software product for hosting for Airbnbs or short-term hosts. So we'll just put here Airbnb you hosts and short-term rental hosts. I'm going to put that in there live. This product is 47 and 97, I think, depending on the version you purchase. And look, I don't know the answer to this, so I'm just going to put LinkedX and LinkedIn because I think that's where we are connected. We've connected through Replit, Buildathons, and things like that. And this product is fairly new, so obviously he wants to get conversions and get it out to market, and we'll go from there. So you can skip this part if you just want to run the audit, but this was built based on from this happening. So I have 30 years experience in advertising and sales and marketing. And I have this kind of my first job was in magazines, and we were always looking at creative and target audience and things like that. So, and I've worked across many different products. I've been building websites since 9MSN days. That if you're in Australia, you know what that is. So like back in the 90s, I think, was the first websites that were launched. And I worked on one of those through one of our magazines, which was very cool. So we're going to run the audit. This is our little friend. I've been playing with her. I'm getting her to animate. I love that. There's so much really cool things you can do with AI. I love it. So this is interpreting the page. So I've already put beginning through again. It's scoring really well. It was 58 originally. So I had it up levels as you make changes or you do things. But this is going to give you the major things. This is not just like put these, make sure there's testimonials and this is the order it should have and this is the flow. Like, this is not that. Okay. So we're giving you psychological things. We're giving you the things that buyers want to trust you. So say it's picked up the pricing. It says the one-time payment. Now, the system I've built behind this takes screenshots and it does all different things. So it's already picked up the pricing is a problem. The hero is effectively positioned the page as a solution for Airbnb hosts, but the subheader doesn't make that specific transformation outcomes, profit, time saved, all that kind of thing. The trust factor, they're saying, is an issue. So all these come up when you just put that into our into conversion killer app, right? .app. You can then email it to yourself. You will get. So if I just email this to me, I'll show you the process. You want to get featured on me on Solo Boardroom, you can do that too. You can save your order. It'll take you through where you can apply to be roasted, or you can purchase the rebuild direction, which is not the same as all those critical things that we pulled up. So all the critical things you can take away and do what you like with. There, you can put those into your AIs, you can put those with your agents, ask them questions. But what I built into this app and why the rebuild redirection is really powerful, and then at the bottom is jump the queue if you're wanting everything that's on offer here and you want to go first. So if we clicked into the rebuild direction, this is what it would look like. Now I just want to confirm. Oh yeah. So this is for, like, I've run this and put it through for begin things, but it gives you headline options. It gives you new call to action questions. so that it builds trust in a different way. It's effectively takes into consideration this is a SaaS product. But what I will say, what I built and my ideas when I before I because I didn't I jump on the landing page first and I do things to the land, like I look at it and then I think about it and then I'll talk to a replet and build you out a canvas. So my canvas that I'd started with, very different to not completely different, but there's different versions of how this can look, but we will give you above the fold direction, recommended page structure, offer angles, design context so that you are aligned. Like, who buys this? Independent short-term rental host managing properties, a platform versus, like Airbnb or VRBO, struggling with inefficient processing, lost time and inefficient profits. They're looking for a simple, non-technical solution. Now, I took this further. So this is what you end up with. You end up with a rebuild prompt. You can copy everything. This is what I would suggest. If you purchase this, it's $39. You take everything on this page and you give it to your agent. And you say, I've just had this rebuild direction. You give the first lot, all the major errors, and then you give this. And then you will get different results on your landing page. And then you can come back and check. Do take note, obviously, when you publish, it takes a little bit of time for the internet to catch up when you re-put your things into Conversion Killer. Anyway, I wanted to show you this. That's what you get for $39. If you're purchasing the $2.99, you will receive all of this plus my canvas. So what I want to do is I'm going to take you in. I'm just going to quickly give you my rundown. When I first looked at this, I was like, oh, this is a complete operating system for short-term rental hosts. I was like, that's great, but I come across this all the time. The fact that you're targeting Airbnb hosts, and look, I think this is what I think about the founder industry. We see operating systems, like I just purchased an operating system that their webpage is just atrocious. But I'm a builder. And I'm buying something like a link or an API key that's going to go in the back end, right? The people who are buying this are not probably tech savvy to the point where they're building their own operating system. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're buying this because they're an Airbnb host who's overwhelmed, who is sick of having a second job because they started a hosting business and they wanted something else. The other thing I look at here, and I haven't even drilled down to here, like this is all about the system. It is not about the user. It's not about the buyer. It's not about the person who giving that emotional trust connection. Now, most people, if they went looking for this product and there was no competitors, they would go, oh, well, this must be what it looks like. That's fine. Not everybody wants a lifestyle link to the product. However, my experience, and this is what I said, I was like, I had this plant here. I love this plant. And it lives on my desk. But this reminds me, like, this is what I see when I think of Airbnb, because Airbnb is people hosting their homes, hosting their holiday homes, and they put so much effort in to how it looks and when you come in, and there's a connection to the lifestyle factor for the people who are hosts as well. So my take was straight away, this does not say that to me. And Airbnb is such an interesting product because, there are a variety of hosts. But if someone's doing multiple properties and they're overwhelmed and they want to use your product, I'm thinking that there's going to be, there needs to be some kind of connection with who they are as operators and what they do. It's kind of like Solo Boardroom. There's so many founders who are operators. Solo Boardroom is my product that I launched before I launched Conversion Killer. It is a spin-off. And when I looked at who I target, not like the people who buy Solo Boardroom have already been in a boardroom. They understand what a boardroom will do for them if they have one to sit in as a solo person to strategize their business. Like the audience already knows what it's like. So they're ex-corporate, or they've been in boardrooms before, or they're experienced boardrooms before, and they know the value and would go, this is the product. Now, not every founder comes from that background. So not every audience who lands on that page or is, well, they're probably, depending on where I'm putting that product out into the world, where that audience is going to be very different. Not everybody is going to land on that, think, oh yeah, it looks premium, or no, I can't afford that yet because of this or whatever. When in actual fact, if you know that there's a boardroom, you would go, I'd make money, I'd make budget for this. Like, I would allocate budget for this product because I know it's going to set the foundation for the strategy and the things that I want to do moving forward. So it's, the audience has a lot to do with what we play with here and who is actually in the game. And I find, like, I've been in 2 build-a-thons for Replit now, and I find that a lot of the founders are tech behind the tech. They're producing this. There's a few key players in the market who have made millions off sites that look like this. And I think what happens is there's a loss of, because they're targeting you. They're not targeting a different demographic. So I think when I went and rebuilt this, and when I talked to agent and said, this is what I think, this is too product focused. It needs to have a combination of connection to the audience as well as this. So as I went through, and this product's fantastic. There's no, the only way is up from here, right? The improvisation, the things that you can do to change it, the things that you can do to support it. And, it tells you what's inside it and all the things, and that's really great. But if I was, and then obviously the costs. So it's a standard, like, has majority of the things that a landing page would have. So now I want to take you into what I came up with. And I then went and I added in a few of the conversion killer major critical things that I hadn't done in the first build. And so Replit, here we go. You'll see this is very different, very, very, very different to what was originally on the page. It's like a completely different product, because let me just hang on. Let me get back to my right screen. Okay, so the first thing I did when I spoke to, because this was before I built this, I actually built this before I built Conversion Killer. Like, I literally was like, this is my second roast, this is what I'm doing, and I built this from there. My take is the connection to the audience, and not everybody's going to have the same audience, but this is what I think an Airbnb host would be attracted to, as well as so did agent. So when I talked to them about it, and I dropped my prompt in, which was basically, I'm running a killing conversions exercise with this product. Show me what this is for an operating system for Airbnb hosts. It's a SaaS product. The current site reads as generic digitalized SaaS product and buries the problem. This is what I had said to agent, and agents extracted that. So we wanted to design a high converting redesign of the canvas that leans towards the lifestyle host and lifestyle of the Airbnb. Now, we could tweak this a lot. Like, you could play with this. You could, instead of like an aesthetically pleasing image that's attracting the product owner, is you could have someone sitting there crazy in paperwork or something like that. But most people started hosting for freedom of this product. We've got up the top, we've got who it's for. It's for Airbnb and short-term rental hosts. We've got stop drowning in the late night messages. We're straight in there for what is this product for. We're not showing them any product yet, but we're saying this product, begin things, is for getting your evenings back, pricing cleaner, getting the cleaners coordinated. Begin is the calm, well-run system that makes hosting feel like hospitality again. Because I don't think, yes, people rent out their homes, but in my experience, a lot of the people who I've rented from, they take so much care. They're leaving, bread mixes and coffee and because they want the reviews. They want people to come back and use their products. So this is where we landed. Very different. Now, I will say, I have a caveat here that Agent did redesign the dashboard, but just to fit the coloring. But you could still make this work. So what we did was we added in the numbers. What happens when you systemize your hosting? There's a 47% revenue increase. There's 4.9 guest ratings. There's 2.3. We took this from the original website. We took key points out. We didn't, if you go back to the other one, there's key moments, but it doesn't break it down. There's the problem. These are the problems: pricing, guesswork, blah, 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 blah. But we've said that already. We've talked about that. And then we've got the built from real operational data. So we've got the templates, all the things that come in. It's still talking about the product. So we're going back to, it's the 3am messages, the cancel cleaner, the tax season dread. Hosting was supposed to be about hospitality, creating beautiful spaces and earning passive income. But somewhere along the way, it became a chaotic mess of notifications, spreadsheets, constant anxiety. Your phone buzzes at dinner. You're mainly adjusting prices on a Tuesday night. You've missed one cleaning. You're one missed cleaning away from a 1-star review. We're hitting home to exactly what's going to say. And look, that person's on their phone and they're looking terrified. What life looks like with a system. We're still selling them a system. Begin replaces the chaos with calm, predictable playbooks. Inbox is quiet. Messages are handled. Pricing is there on autopilot. Revenue's there. Cleaning, knowing exactly when to show up and what to do. Guests are delighted. 5-star reviews come naturally because everything's in flow. Sorry about the redesign, Sarah, but Agent decided that it would look, if we're going to call it the calm dashboard, not another inbox. And it's basically everything you need to run a property: bookings, revenue, guests, cleaning, review, responses, laid out so it's all in a glance. And it can run across a variety of products. So it's not just Airbnb, it's VRBO and booking.com, and it's pricing, messaging, and turnover automation live in one place. And so I'm imagining with this product, Sarah, that you can put in multiple, if you've got that product advertised on different places, or you've got multiple products, you can put them in multiple homes that you're renting out. Works on the laptop, tablet, and phone. Now, we can put in, I actually put in their dark background. It just, my recommendation, if you wanted to change, you don't really want to change your interface, but even lightening it up so it's not all dark, but because of the connection with the audience. We've also got inside the system 7 playbooks, 200 templates, 1 quiet operation. So it's listing optimizations, dynamic, this is gold. Tells them now what they're going to get. Why would I want to be here? Look at this. I get 200 templates. I don't have to do anything. Scaling playbook. Then we're going to trust. Obviously, you're, reclaiming your time, who reclaim their time, and then their results. And then we've got hosting at scale without losing yourself. When I started hosting, this is from you, the founder. So we thought it really good to connect your vision as the founder. If you are a host, I'm assuming that you have this problem, that you loved it, that you loved curating the spaces and welcoming the guests, but the thing that you were so frustrated about was this, and that's why you built it. And so that could be an image of you. It could be an image of your home that you rent out. It could be, just that connecting that vision to the audience so that they can relate and go, oh, a real person built this. This is fantastic. And go from there. And then it's just given one pricing here, but you can do many different price points or whatever it is that how you want to price your system. Ready to reclaim your time? Here's the cost, $149. Get the system and you're done. Get future updates or whatever's going to go in your stack. Obviously, common questions, very common to put at the bottom, and then you could put, if you wanted to, another sign up link, or get my evenings back. It's going to take you to the pricing, and then that's going to drop you through. So this was a massive difference to what you have. Now, you might come back to me and say, Erin, that's not my audience. I'm not interested in targeting them in that way. And you might have a different experience with hosts and Airbnb. But whatever it is, you need to target the audience, not the product. And so that's a massive lesson, I think, for everybody. When you're converting and you're looking at your landing pages, like I've got a list of 10 in there at the moment that we're going to be coming on, and we're going to continue doing these. With Conversion Killer, we've got 9, I think, there. Surav was the first one. We will put the links to all of the recordings once they're up as well. Now, Surav, if you want to purchase this landing page and all of my notes and all of the things, it's $99. I will drop the link when I share this with you, and you can purchase. I will send you all this information. So I'll send you what's in the chat here. I will GitHub you this, so you can play with it. You can drop it in. You'll also get the Conversion Killer rebuild direction in that price, and you'll also, it's a bargain. So you can do just the redirection if anyone wants to jump in and get their own. You can jump in for a free roast, or you can get $2.99, jump ahead of the queue, and I will do yours first, or you can opt for private. So if you just want me to do it, I send you a demo exactly like this, but it won't go online. And that's what you can pay with for the $2.99. If you get roasted, it's $99 for me to send you all of the stuff. So if you wait your turn and stay in the queue, Mohammed here might want to go, actually, I just want to get going. I'm like 10 away. I'm going to pay the $2.99 and I'm going to go live. The suggestion is, even when you pay the $2.99, to still go live, because this gets your product out into the world. This is a partnership. People see your product and maybe click on your link and want to buy your product. So it's about, ways to get seen, ways to get your product out in the world. So I still recommend going live with a roast, even if you do jump the queue. Tag me on X or LinkedIn. You can drop at the bottom of this live once it becomes a recording, and drop me your link so I know who you are, and then we go from there, and I'll send you these details. Surav, if you want this beautiful canvas that's in Replit, it will come from GitHub. It'll come with your code. So if you're not using Replit and you'll want it to use it in something else, or just drop it into an agent, you can do that too. So it will come through GitHub, and you'll just get basically the code to rebuild this, and then you just drop it into agent and say, can you please rebuild this, and it will do it. If you want to tweak it so it's more, you might want to change your branding. Like, I'm a branding expert. I do that too when I build websites, when I build I do logos, branding, that kind of thing too. Depending on what the customer needs when I'm building a website. So sometimes I'm doing you've built a product, and where are you headed with it? And it needs a brand, it needs brand colors, it needs where you're headed. You might tweak your back end now to not be as dark and to mirror this if you're wanting to go down that path. And if not, if you're wanting to have your page roasted, jump in the queue. Let me jump back here. Hello, let's stop sharing. Hello. So that was a wild one. I really loved it. When I first did it, I was like, when it came out, so the thing about using Replit that I love the most is I'm not really showcasing exactly how to use Replit, but we are working in the canvas. That's not a live website yet. So that's just me playing in a canvas. And you can do that, which I love. But what I love about it is when you drop in, and like I use Whisperflow, so I always talk with Whisperflow, and I'm like fully having this conversation with the agent about what I think about this landing page and the direction I'm getting for the audience, because I still go with what I know about audiences. I've worked across like nearly every industry across my 30 years of career in marketing and advertising capacity. And so I laughed because when that appeared, I was like, yeah, I was like, yes, you nailed it. But I was just like, look at the contrast. So if you want to be roasted, jump in. If you want to try out soloboardroom.com, jump in now, because right now, up until Sunday, is founding offer where you get $100 off a month. Plus, you get me coaching you in the app for 30 days. Plus, if you buy yearly, you get more. And you get 30 days. You'll get one free meeting if you trial, and you get 30 days of premium, because there's Erin AI in there now. And I'm going to come back and do a bit of a demo on Solo Boardroom so that you can see the real benefit, because you get action items, you get revenue, you get pipeline. Like it's fantastic. So I'm going to leave this here. Saurav, I'm going to tag you if you want to purchase. If you want to be roasted, drop your URL below. But we are on deadline for the founding rates. When you pay at the founding rates, as long as you subscribe, no matter what rate we have on Solo Boardroom, you receive it for free. You can now chat to board members between meetings, and that is all. It's an asynchronous product, so everything is remembered and gets taken into the next meeting. It all gets filtered into the system, and I can come in and oversee it and give you little nudges, little voice nudges, like, oh, I see that this has come out in your minutes. Where are you at with it? Or I've got an idea for you, or anything like that. And if you want to continue using Conversion Killer, you can jump on and put your URL for free and just grab grab CK's critique. So I'm Erin 2000 from Solo Boardroom. I will see you soon on the internet.